Hi, it's Lynn with Soft Squares. We are going to do a pillow today. It's more of a pillow cover where you still need the pillow form, or you can stuff it yourself, but it's going to be super easy. And we're going to just use some leftover fabric from a quilt I recently made. So this gives you an idea of something you can do when you have some odd shaped pieces of fabric that are still usable, but not enough to do a project with. Pillows. That's your answer. Let's look at that. Let's make a pillow. All right, you may recall a blanket or two that I did. So they have square triangle quilt, which I will link. This was the backing on it. And then this fabric was pretty much throughout the whole quilt. And I still have a bunch of both and not enough to do a whole lot with. But I was able to come up with some big squares, and this one is 17 by 17. You can cut it to whatever works for you, whatever you like. It just happens to be 17 by 17 will fit a 16 by 16 pillow. So that's gonna work for me. Now I have batting already on one side, because this was actually the backing to another quilt that I did that I finished myself, and I spray basted it to the batting, and it's still on there pretty good. So why separate it and ruin it? And I could use it on this. So this quilt cover is actually going to be padded on both sides. Typically, I just will do on one, on the front, and not worry about the back. But since the fabric that I think would be cutest, I'm going to put on the back, I think we should back or pad both, which means we are going to get to do some freehand quilting with this. So it's a great project for trying out that. If you haven't done it, you can even do straight stitch quilting, stitch in the ditch type without a ditch. And I will probably put a zipper in this, because usually I will do like a fold pocket, but there's not enough extra to do that. But there's still one more component we need. I am going to, on this pillow, put a binding on it, just like a quilt binding. So you're going to see this fabric on a couple other videos. It's just left over, and it's all going to coordinate with a couple quilts, so they can stay together, they can go on the bed. And the nice thing about this is there's no right or wrong side. And if whoever gets this likes this as the front side, they could just flip the pillow over instead of me deciding, hey, that's the back. But this will be our binding. It's going to go on just like a quilt binding, exactly the same. So I'm going to take some more batting. So I've got just some big pieces of leftover batting, and I'm going to cut two more 17 by 17 so that these pieces right here will be backed. And then I'm going to also take some other fabric and put on the back side. You don't have to do this step. I like to. I personally am not a fan of having the back side open to the pillow, because I think it's ugly, even though it's on the inside. But I think you have a chance of possibly poking a hole in or ruining this, and I just like things to look a little more finished off even on the inside. So this is something that people will see. Not many people do this step. Again, you don't have to, but I'm going to put like some muslin or something, not that expensive, but something lightweight and light in color on the back of all four of these. So I am going to get the batting and that lightweight fabric cut, and then we're going to spray baste this fabric to its batting. Actually, we're going to make quilt sandwiches. We're going to spray baste all three pieces, but I'm going to come back and show you that. Okay, so this is some fabric I had in my stash that I don't really like because it is kind of rough feeling. It might be a muslin, it might be a poplin, it might be broadcloth. I'm really not sure, but it's not something I want on the front of my quilt, but it's perfect for putting on the inside of a pillow cover. let's talk about this. So it's a 17 by 17 block for a 16 by 16 pillow. We've got enough room for the edge. You can even make it 17 and a half or 18, have a little more room. But what I've done is I've cut off a little bit so I could have the zipper in there. And then I used my binder. These are always going to come out as binder. Used my quilt clips, and I've trimmed the batting back just a little bit so it does not get caught in the zipper. And I'm going to attach my zipper. But I don't know if you notice how I put this together, but right now it is like this. And the goal is, when we're all done, this side will be enclosed, and then we'll do this side. So it's just a nice clean way to get all your seams enclosed. I'm going to do a straight stitch here, and then I'm going to flip it over, and then I'm going to do a top stitch. And I have another one here that I have already made. So this is what's going to happen. So it's going to look like this. So I did a top stitch, and then I did a secondary one just because, and then I quilted it. But I ended up not putting the binding on this. I went ahead and just enclosed it, and we'll look at how that looks like in a minute. But this is what's happening, is we need this little part right here and the zipper, and then it closes, but it's near the top or the bottom, preferably the bottom. So pay attention to directional prints, and we actually do have a direction with this front print. So anyway, next I'm going to sew this down, take the clips off, top stitch it, pull it back like this, and then top stitch it really close to here. Do the same process on the other side. And the goal is, when you flip it over, that the batting is up in there but not folded over to make it thick. And then when you do that top stitching, it holds the batting in place. That also makes it so it's washable and it holds up a little better because the batting is tucked in. So that's what's going to happen. so here we are with our 2 pillow covers. This one had the seam turned on the inside, and I put the zipper up at the top. When you turn it inside out, you can see this wide zipper or this wide margin, and I did a zigzag stitch to enclose the seams. You can use a surge protector. You also may want to either use a smaller stitch like I did, or a seam allowance, or widen your initial block a little bit, because I noticed that when I did this, I made the block or the pillow a little smaller than I meant to. So going from here to here, it is 15.5. And I want to put a 16 by 16 pillow in there because they don't make 15-inch pillows. You could make your own. I could also just stuff it and, you know, make it so it won't open. But the point is, it will be a very snug pillow with the 16 by 16 frame or pillow cover, and that's an option. So there's that one. And here's the one I just completed using a binding like a quilt. And this is the same fabric, front and back, as well as the binding as a quilt that I just finished. So this will tie things together really, really well. This one I actually paid attention to the direction and put the zipper at the bottom, which I think would be more discreet. But the difference on this one is this didn't lose any space. So your pillow coverage goes from the edge of the binding to the edge of the binding. So just over 16 1/4 by 16 1/4. Definitely more of an ideal size for a 16 by 16 pillow. Again, you can make that work. But that's the difference between those two. When we look on the inside of this one, it's completely enclosed because I encased it here in my binding. So there's no open edges, seams, nothing to fray at all on this one. This one just has this, and with the zigzag stitch it should keep it in check, but it's a little cleaner looking on the outside. You don't have the binding. But what I like about these two is they're slightly different but yet the same, and let's get them going the right direction. I think they could go really well together on the bed with the blanket that or quilt I just made with this one, or they could be split up. They don't even have to go together. They don't even have to go with the quilt. But I have made several quilts lately using this fabric, and I have a feeling these are going to find a home somewhere, and perhaps even at my house. So anyway, that's it for today. I did the 2 pillow covers. If you have ever made a pillow cover or a pillowcase because you had leftover fabric, let me know. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment. Thanks. Have a great day.